Okay, so to walk through the workings of the patch, here's our PD patch that has the values coming in from the serial data from Arduino, the IR sensor, the bend sensor, switch 1 and switch 2. And they're being sent via OSC to over here, UDP receive, and there's the IR bend and the two switches. So we can do calibration, and there's filtering going on here as well. There's the values coming in. Here's the calibration mechanism. When you press 1, which I'll press now, then you start calibrating for 10 seconds. And the bottom down here shows the new values that have been calibrated and smoothed and filtered as well, using one pole and smoothing mechanism. And over here, the same story for the bend sensor. You press 2 and then play with the bend sensor to calibrate the range with which you'll be working for 10 seconds. So to start the patch and bring this volume up, switch 2, the mechanism is in here, where you hold switch 2 for 5 seconds. And there's the timer going up till it reaches 5, and bring this volume up down here over 5 seconds. So to record sound into those buffers, we have the loop recorder patch, where you hold down button 1 for the length of time in which you want to record. That records into the main buffer called recorder, saves that as a file, and then reads in the length of time at which you just recorded from that buffer into a new buffer, these loop buffers down here, and then moves on to the next one. So that recorded into the second one and moved on, ready to record the third one. Hold the button down when you make the recording.
The button down when you make the the button down when you make the the button down when you make the button down when you
and then you can do
another
buffer here.
The button down another buffer here.
It gets a bit messy. And then you can, so you do a third one, testing. You can undo that by double clicking the other button. So you're just back to 2 buffers now. The mechanism that controls which buffers you're cross-synthesizing is here. So there's the 3 states of this slider control your 3 different sets of buffers, 2 buffers in each set, and the IR controls how far you are, whereas the bend filtered controls how much cross-synthesis is going on. Like the clean volume and the cross-synthesis volume alternate in an inverse scale. The distance in the initial mode, distance in the IR, controls which set of buffers you're cross-synthesizing with. And if you go further away, it becomes the middle and finally the end set of buffers. And that also controls the level of dry to wet reverb. And the reverb settings and delay times can be set hard-coded in here. So when you hold button 2 for 1 second, this mode change occurs. There you go. So now this controls play speed, which you can see if you look at stretched playback, which takes the play speed and plays the loop you have recorded back at a different rate. So it controls the speed of all loops at once. And the further back you go, the slower it goes, and the more it stretches out. So finally, to finish it off, switch 2 has a function where you need to triple click. So a bang gets through the first time, goes into another mechanism, so you have time to click a third time. So if you click 3 times, it hits the fade out, which sends to ending and slowly brings the fader down to close the piece. So this is our instrument, the elastic G-low.